SMB Connect, the top boss, Mr. Sudesh, who is resting in Delhi, and he has sent his team to Pune, and Sandeepan. And ladies and gentlemen, let me put on my specs and say namaskar, so that I can see everyone. Very interestingly, they called me up on Saturday afternoon when I was traveling for my another assignment. And they suggested to me that I need to come back again and be a speaker for them. It's 3 years that I've been speaking whenever they visit Pune. Imagine Saturday afternoon, Colonel Anand on his way for a training assignment, and they want me to speak on Thursday, that is now that we are together. So like the Bollywood, you know, पर्दे के पीछे क्या होता है. So I wanted to share मेरे साथ पर्दे के पीछे क्या हुआ जब तक ये presentation आप तक आई. लगा दो यार. What happened with me from Saturday afternoon till this particular morning. They gave me the topic to talk on motivation, strategize to win. Motivation, strategize to win. Most of us are the business people and we know what is motivation. What is motivation? It's a kind of a feeling. It's a kind of a feeling, isn't it? Ehsaas, jazba, lagan, utsah, which goes up like this and comes down like this. There's nothing material that we are talking about. We are only talking about emotions. So you can imagine they want me to talk on motivation and strategize the motivation to win. I got back in the evening home and went back to my library and started searching what would I be to speak. And I told Mr. Sudesh that I will confirm whether I am your speaker or not, because the topic is slightly difficult. Motivation, strategization. So at 1 hour I was sitting in my library and my wife climbed up to the library and said, "What's gone wrong with you today?" So I said, they want me to speak on motivation, strategization to win. And I really do not know, my books are not helping, my thinking is not helping how to carry on preparing for this presentation. She said, "Will you have a cup of tea?" Good wife. I said, "Yes, I'll have certainly a good cup of tea." She went down and brought a cup of tea and she said, "Okay, sit down, now I'll tell you what to do." He said, "Mr. Colonel Anand, now you get back to 1971. Today is 2016. Now you are 1971, at that time Captain Anand." हाँ उसमें है क्या यार आप लोग. And now think when you proposed me and we were in love with each other. 71, I knew this lady whose name is Kamlesh. I call her Kammo. She said at that time, you strategized the emotions and the motivation and you told me, मुझसे शादी करोगी तो मैं तुम्हें अपने घर की रानी बना के रखूंगा, हर साल तुम्हें ये प्रेजेंट दूंगा, कभी जिंदगी के अंदर तकलीफ नहीं आने दूंगा, और जब तक रहूंगा ये करूंगा वो करूंगा, मैं तुम्हारे लिए तारे तोड़ के ला सकता हूं वगैरह वगैरह, मैं तुम्हारे लिए जान भी दे सकता हूं. शी सेड ये सेंटेंस बाहर रखते हैं क्योंकि अगर तुमने जान दे दी तो बाकी कौन करेगा. और उसके बाद वो तुम्हारी पूजनीय माता जी उन्होंने भी मिली और उन्होंने कहा मैं तुम्हें घर की पटरानी बना दूंगी, ये रही चाबियां वगैरह वगैरह. 71 to 2016 I am motivated. You have strategized the motivation to me and I am still with you. And what's gone wrong with you? Why can't you retrace all those activities and talk to the audience on the 18th morning and tell them what is motivation through strategization? That's exactly what happened with me. The point that I just wanted to bring it, we are all motivated at all stages. If we just cast पीछे ले जाएं थोड़ी सी और फ्लैशबैक करें तो मोटिवेशन क्या है, कहां है, उसकी पूरी की पूरी चीजें अपने पास आ जाती. Today in the next 30 minutes I will be sharing certain very interesting tips, and from the various, it's a vast canvas from where I have picked up all these examples for you to carry home. And I'm grateful to Sandeepan for carrying out the impetus to make you start getting interactive with me. So kindly be interactive, because there's nothing that I have come here to teach you. We have come here for mutual learning. And the next session that when I talk on motivation, I will carry some messages from you also, where I got motivated and inserted in that. When they sent me this particular topic, I thought the SMB was thinking about motivation, strategization to win. And I thought that they were thinking this: start, motivate, and boom. Start, demotivate, and blast. That I have not put it on the slide, otherwise people will start running away from here. So start, motivate, and boom. And when you convert this complete thing into some punchlines, I thought this is what they meant. Win before you begin. Win before you begin, and हमें होना है कामयाब. There is a slight difference when you talk हम होंगे कामयाब और हमें होना है कामयाब. If you look at these two punchlines, they already indicate to you that before you thought of this process, you are already motivated. That aspect of motivation, the machinery has already started within yourself when you say win before you begin. And हमें होना है कामयाब. That means you have taken the first step towards the target for winning it. Strategization. Very interestingly, some of the young faces that I see, this word particularly has come from defense. When the First World War, Second World War, though there will be no Third World War, I know, because we are all incapable of fighting now. They fought for years together, and that's where this aspect of strategy came in. The 10 days war, 5 days war has got no aspect, no relationship to strategy. Strategy is when you're fighting on the land, you stop the air, you make the naval forces nullified. That's strategy. That's what is the second step. It is the art of journalship in a particular activity. And today, the modern business or modern warfare. Because we are all global today. It has designated objectives and aims, resources allotted, because you got to achieve something within the resources allotted, plans with alternatives, flexible plans, and finally you got to do it in time bound. That is, in a nutshell, is what is strategy. We all know what are the various resources available in a business environment. And that is, one is man. Others are, yes, young lady, little louder. Machinery, one, good. Okay, to cut short, because that's all academics. You have machine, you have material, you have money, you have method and market. All these five will get affected with this particular hand. And now that again Ghayal has come back, the earlier Ghayal, Sunny's hand was 2.5 kilo wala haath. I think the Ghayal comeback will have 5 kilo wala haath. If this haath is 5 kilo, you can imagine what you can achieve. So this man is the man who is influencing. This is the source which is influencing rest of the sources, and the motivation only comes to that hand. There's nothing motivating material, machine, market, etc. So we all ask one question, for which now we are the beginning of this topic, is know where the motivation comes from. ये आता कहाँ से है जज्बा, पैदा कहाँ से होता है, ये लगन जुनून कहाँ से आता है, कैसे होता है? How do you get that? Young man, what do you have to say? Who said from within, please? I will request all of you to kindly clap for him, because that is the correct answer. And I think the experience says. But for you, what is an answer? कहाँ से आता है? Married? Love marriage? कैसे हुई? छोड़ूंगा ना सोनी है तेरे को. कॉलेज मतलब पहली नजर में देख लिया और उसके बाद छोड़ूंगा नहीं. ये कैसे पैदा हुआ जज्बा अंदर? उनकी शक्ल देखने के बाद या कुछ क्या था? प्लीज शेयर विद अस. अच्छा, उसको पाने की जुनून थी. माय गॉड, इमेजिन कॉलेज के अंदर भी जुनून पैदा होती है. तो इट इज नथिंग न्यू दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. तो ये पहले झटका कहां लगा आपको? दिल में, दिमाग में, कहां? दिल में. So absolutely you have answered the gentleman with from within. Absolutely. I will just play a small little video for you, and please look at it, because we will discuss this subsequently.
सर आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है सर आइए
Let me now read out another life story, absolutely, which is true. In London during the 1890, there was once a lady singing on the stages of pubs and the clubs to survive. One evening she was performing in a pub where sometimes rebels, sometimes the soldiers, sometimes just the passers-by used to gather. Her health that evening was not okay. As she sang, her voice was sounding a little broken. The rowdy crowd went wild. They wounded the lady by throwing whatever they could lay their hands on. Ashamed on being heckled, hurt, and ridiculed, she came down from the stage. She asked for her payment as per the agreement with the manager to pub. He refused while watching this, sometimes tugged at the heart of her 5-year-old son. He knew his mother never did enjoy singing in this kind of the places. But the money the singing brought was important for their survival. He went on to the stage and sang a famous song with the tender voice and funny movements. The crowd enjoyed the performance and he gathered great appreciation. The boy, ladies and gentlemen, became the world's most popular comedian and actor, Charlie Chaplin. What's the moral of the story? My mother has suffered enough. Let me help my mother. It's time for me to take care of her dignity. This thought revealed to the world Charlie Chaplin. This idea revolutionized his life. What I'm trying to connect, motivation comes from, and once again, sir, thank you very much, within. That's the correct answer. Now we'll connect that video and this particular story as to how within. Where are you connecting to that within part? Thoughts, heart, mind, what? So how do you do it? The planning that we are doing it, we are trying to hit to convert a normal human being into human capital. So what do we do? Manage agreement from within and not people. The word within, sir, is manage agreement from within and not people. Now let's first take the example of that little boy on the road. Was he managing people? What was he managing? What was he managing at that particular time? The people?
He was managing with himself.
He was?
Managing with himself.
That's very nice, he did that. But what was? He was?
He was
He was putting some actions which the people saw to motivate people. But I have said, manage agreement from within and not people. It was inspiring, obviously, that boy saw एक सड़क के ऊपर पेड़ पड़ा है, पॉलिटिशियन चला गया, पुलिस वाला सो रहा है. But could he manage the people? No. He did not do anything to manage the people. He managed an agreement. What was the agreement on the road? जब तक वो सड़क के ऊपर पेड़ पड़ा रहेगा, सड़क बंद रहेगी और हम लोग यहीं रुके रहेंगे. That was the agreement. Invisible agreement. Everyone knew that. कि जब तक पेड़ के ऊपर से वो सड़क के ऊपर से वो पेड़ नहीं उठाया जाएगा, ये सड़क के ऊपर से आवागमन या ट्रैफिक नहीं जा सकता. That was an invisible agreement there. So what he did? He managed the agreement from within. Despite knowing that he is not capable of lifting that particular thing, he tried to manage agreement of removing that whole thing away from the road so that the road could be cleared for traffic. That's how the process then came into motivation, inspiration when people saw him. So he was managing agreement within and not people. The second instance, her son, the Charlie Chaplin, went on the stage. Why did he start singing? What was the agreement there in his mind at that particular time? उसके दिमाग के अंदर क्या agreement था? Yes, sir, you're very right. If you don't get money, we don't survive. That's an agreement which was sinking in his mind. It's not my mother can't sing, she is fallen sick, but if the money doesn't come, my mother will not be able to sing and we will not survive. That's an agreement that he managed with himself. So therefore, whenever we want to carry out the strategization of motivation, please try to understand, we manage agreement. Most of you have got employees with you. That appointment of senior manager always exists. People come and go, come and go, come and go. Those who cannot manage that agreement, they go. Those who can manage that agreement, they stay. You are not managing Colonel Anand. You are managing that agreement signed between the organization and Colonel Anand. The father signs an agreement with the son when the son is born. The wife signs an agreement with the husband. In Muslim, there is a contract. The marriage system is a contract. You are managing agreement. If you don't manage agreement, this young boy, उस वक्त तो दिल पे आ गया, फिर एक और खूबसूरत नजर आई, दूसरी पे भी दिल आ गया. अब एग्रीमेंट के अंदर एक फ्लॉ आ गया. क्या होगा श्रीमान? प्रॉब्लम होगी. बिल्कुल सही बोल रहे हैं कि प्रॉब्लम होगी. बिकॉज ही इज नॉट मैनेजिंग एन एग्रीमेंट. जब शादी की है तो एग्रीमेंट की आज के बाद कोई लड़की की तरफ देखा नहीं जाएगा. लेकिन हमारे जैसे बुड्ढों का दिमाग खराब रहता है. मैं एक रेस्टोरेंट में बैठा हुआ था, मेरा दोस्त साथ में बैठा हुआ था. दरवाजे से एक खूबसूरत लड़की आई, मेरी नजरें उस तरफ गईं. मैंने बोला, सर 71 साल के हो, कुछ तो शर्म करो. क्या करते हो आप? बोला, यार मेन्यू तो देख सकता हूं अगर ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकता तो. He is still managing agreement in a very loose manner. So we manage agreement, and how do we manage agreement is all the 3 steps that I'll be talking about. Leaders create agreements with the team members. You prepare an appointment letter, and that is what is an agreement with the people that you have employed or you're planning to employ. And he signs at the last line. What is the last line that you sign? Most of you must have signed that last line when you took a job. I agree to all the terms and conditions. मतलब जो भी ऊपर लिखा है वो agreement में सही हूं. Isn't it? And the day he does not follow that, why? Because enter agreements on the adult to adult basis. The problem comes in when we follow the process of transactional analysis spoken by Aaron. In the emotional state, any gentleman, any human being behaves in three different manners: child, adult, and parents. This is a theory of transactional analysis. An individual in a particular situation can behave like a child, he can behave like an adult, he can behave like a parent. But the agreement has been signed between two people, and that is adult to adult. Now this year, if I don't get the increment, I say, if you don't give me agreement, I am not working. I am behaving like a child. I am not managing that agreement adult to adult. So that's where the problem comes in. Since the time is 30 minutes, I have to go fast and then cut short and rest. Leave it for you to kindly go back to the books, or otherwise I'll share my number, we can discuss it out. So the agreements are managed adult to adult. Open communication and relaxed accountability. When adult to adult is being talked, communication is open and relaxed. But the moment you take a stance of being a child or a parent, the employer takes the parent style and he says, sorry, this year less profit, we are not sharing. He is trying to be parent with the rest of the people. Agreement will not be managed. It will be mismanaged. So what do? Enjoy the ART of confrontation. It is not art. Enjoy the ART of confrontation, because when the agreement has not been managed within, obviously there is a scope of confrontation. Tu me. So what do we do on this particular point? What does the A stand for? When you are having confrontation with your employee, please follow this psychological approach to handle that particular confrontation. What? Appreciate and acknowledge for what the team member brings to the organization. Please call him, make him sit, share with him what the team member brings to the organization, what assets that he has for the organization. आपकी वजह से क्या क्या आ रहा है और क्या क्या हो रहा है. Give reference to this member's latest contribution to the organization. पिछले साल आपकी वजह से ये हुआ. The latest one. Don't go back to 1947, 48 or 2014. Latest one. This is the contribution that came from you to the organization. And then R. Restate your own commitment to that team member. Look, you're working for us. We are all a good team, etc., etc. Show your commitment to that individual, devoted to his career growth, success, and happiness. If you stay with us, this is where you grow. I am committed to you. I'll make sure that you get this, etc., etc. And explain this team member can count on you and your availability. Tell him, जब भी मुसीबत में हो मैं हूं ना. पर ये लास्ट सेंटेंस तब बोला जाता है जब आप रेजिग्नेशन लेटर पे फाइनल बोलते हैं, भैया तुम जा रहे हो, कभी जरूरत पड़े तुम मुझसे मिल लेना. How can that confrontation be removed? And finally we talk of the T. Track the existing agreement. You both of you signed an agreement. Track that agreement and the problem in question because of which the agreement is not being agreed. There must be one point. Recreate the agreement if required. It does not even happen with us. It happens even the agreement part. It very interestingly, I was just reminded of another joke. Even with the animals, when somebody said from within, very interesting examples come. यानी दो गधे, donkeys. अभी संडे आने वाला है. पिछले संडे पेड़ के नीचे बैठे आराम कर रहे थे. एक गधा जो है वो ब्रिकलिन इंडस्ट्री यानी कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री के लिए काम करता है, और दूसरा गधा जो है वो लॉन्ड्री इंडस्ट्री के लिए काम करता है, धोबी के लिए. तो दोनों बैठते हैं, ब्रेकफास्ट के बाद नोट्स एक्सचेंज करते हैं, जैसे आप लोग ए कंपनी बी कंपनी, कैसा चल रहा है यार. तो ब्रिकलिन वाला बोलता है ठीक चल रहा है, लोडेड जाता हूं खाली आता हूं, लाइफ इज फाइन, एब्सोल्युटली नो प्रॉब्लम. इससे तुम्हारा, इससे यार मेरा थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. जब जाता हूं तो कपड़े सूखे हुए होते हैं, हल्के होते हैं, जब आता हूं तो वजन बढ़ा हुआ होता है. थोड़ी तकलीफ है. So he says, why don't you resign and join my company, take my reference, I'll get you a job in that company. But he tells him, no, I'm motivated within. He says, you're motivated despite all that. अच्छा अगले हफ्ते मिलते हैं, अभी नेक्स्ट संडे मिलने वाले हैं वो लोग. तो मिलेंगे वो लोग, और उससे पूछता है वो कि भैया तुम्हारी ये मोटिवेशन क्या है? He must have attended my class. तो इससे ऐसे है, रात को जब धोबी अपनी बीवी से लड़ता है ना, और जब काफी देर लड़ाई होती है तो बोलता है ये जो तुम्हारी खूबसूरत लड़की है ना, उसकी शादी मैं इस गधे से कर दूंगा. मैं उस दिन के इंतजार कर रहा हूं. Strategization of motivation. Another story which I got it from my friend Moses. You know, a father like me sent his son to do MBA, Masters in Business Administration. बाप दूध बेचता था. उसने बोला जाओ, फेल हो गए तो भी मोटरसाइकिल लेके दूंगा, पास हो गए तो भी मोटरसाइकिल लेके दूंगा. What a commitment, agreement, isn't it? Anyone who knows the joke? So when he explained it to a faculty like me कि सर मेरा डैड कितना अच्छा है, मैं फेल हुआ तो भी मोटरसाइकिल, पास हुआ तो भी मोटरसाइकिल. तो मैंने कहा तुम्हारे बाप का एग्रीमेंट क्या है? तो गाड़ियों का क्या नाम है? कहता है जब तो अगर तुम फेल हो गए तो येसदी दूंगा ताकि तुम उसके ऊपर दूध बेचो जाके, और अगर पास हो गए तो तुम्हें बजाज वी दूंगा खूबसूरत लड़कियां घुमाने के लिए. So this is motivation from within. I'll suggest that you do a little exercise because this is a very interesting exercise. Strategization of motivation. Questionnaire is what will motivate whom? You have higher level managers, middle level managers, lower level managers. There are 7 factors that are put in decision making: personal growth, job security, prestige of organization, outside, feeling of worthwhile, pay and allowances and benefits, opportunity for promotion, recognition for good work done. What do you think will motivate whom? Can we do this in next 2 minutes? Please do not think. Instinct, put your 6th sense and give rating of, if you feel decision making in higher level, give 1. If you feel personal growth is 1, give 1. So 1 to 7 you can rate it. Any question? You can rate it 1 to 7, and if you find 2 things are coupling or coming together, give 1 number, skip the next number. Your exercise. This will help you if you have senior managers, middle level managers, lower level managers. How will they come from lower level managers to middle level and higher level, and how can you keep them motivated? Please rate it, you know. What you feel is the most appropriate for higher level manager. You can mark it. I'll give you the answer also, sir.
Recognition for good work.
Recognition. Just mark it. You can just put 1, 1, 1. Don't write all that so that we can have a flash there. We can have a discussion. You can write HL, ML, LL. Write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 1 wherever you wish to do it. Don't write those traits that I have flashed it. I'll give you a little good exercise as to how you are trained to strategize the aspect of motivation to develop these 3 levels of management. Done. Excellent. In fact, you should have taken this lecture. Okay, here I am flashing the answers because the time, I am already through with the time, another 5 minutes. Feeling for worthwhile is higher level manager, middle level manager, recognition for good work done. This is a research, this is not my answer. This answer has been researched well, discussed well, pondered well, and these are the final answers to the whole situation. You want to take a picture of it? Sandeepan, permission? Please take it, because he's the man who is here. Next time, otherwise he will not bring me. One is for a high level manager, if he feels worthwhile in a particular organization, it will keep him motivated. The day he feels बेकार हूं यार, यहाँ कोई इज्जत ही नहीं है, वो motivation गया, बिल्कुल गया. Whereas for the lower level manager, it is the recognition of good work done by him which will keep him motivated. Today, all of us are going through this difficult situation of being stressed all over. I've only taken help of Vedas from this. Can the stress be also used for motivation? Yes, absolutely. There are three types: ego and superego, or stress, distress, etc., etc. What the Vedas say about this? There are three types of the temperaments which are describing a human being in a particular situation and a particular place. If I had asked this gentleman to come here, the situation and place would have put him under stress in a very different manner. So they divide the human beings into three categories. They call them tamas, inaction, ignorance, and inertia. They have nothing. In the management books, you will find type A and type B personalities also. That's what the conclusion of these two. The others are rajas, those who are desire-ridden, they are passion, action, and full of mental agitation. Kuch na kuch karna. This all of us must have, those who have children must have seen. कुछ छोटे बच्चे स्कूल जाते ही नहीं हैं, कुछ भागते हुए चले जाते हैं, कुछ को संडे को जाने को रोकना पड़ता है. And third are sat, that is a transactive state, one of the poise and contemplation. Now, if you go to motivate the tamas and the rajas, what you need to do? Tamas person inject rajas into him a selfish desire. Get him a selfish desire, selfish. Maslow theory of hierarchy of needs, roti, kapda, makan. Selfish needs. This man will only get motivated with selfish desires. If you ask him for doing something for the organization, I'm afraid you're doing something wrong. The second category that we have is the Rajasic person, inject sattva in it and give higher unselfish goals in him. Unselfish. That man is already passionate. He wants to do something about it. And third is, take him to self-actualization. Is jahan se aage jahan aur bhi hai. There's something beyond where you're living. You can do something. So if you follow these procedures, obviously you are strategizing the aspect of motivation. We have a very classic example of process of motivation from Mahabharata, where Lord Krishna went 5 stages of motivating Arjun to go and kill his own brothers. That was the strategy. Strategy to kill Kauravas. What did I say last night? Not kill Kauravas. Strategy to make Pandavas win. Lord Krishna's strategy was to make Pandavas win and not kill Kauravas. So he went through 5 stages of motivation, which you can find even in Gita all over. I have got it, somebody wants to flash it. Whereas it must be very interesting for some of you, because may not be that you have gone deep into Mahabharata. Whereas the Shakuni was also going through a strategy of destroying Kauravas. Yes, I can see that shock on her face. That's absolutely right, madam. Read the books, and Shakuni was doing everything for Kauravas because Kauravas had troubled the Shakuni's people, and he had joined them to make sure destruction of Kauravas. So he was following a different strategy, whereas the Lord Krishna was following a different strategy. The various 5 stages they went through is, I think time is very short, last 2 minutes only. You must be saying, Colonel Anand, छोड़ो वेदवाद, क्या बात करते हो यार, ये कहाँ ले गए अर्जुन के पास? आज के सारे एम्प्लॉय एक ही काम मांगते हैं, ये दे दो, तो motivated. But unfortunately, in Herbert's theory, the cash is taken as a sanitary factor, hygiene factor, and not as a motivation factor. If you today give me 1,000, I will remain motivated for 10 days. After 10 days, that motivation of 1,000 has gone down the drain. Now I want another 1,000. So money has never been categorized as a motivating factor. Never. It's a hygiene factor from the theory of management. But no harm. No harm, absolutely. If I tell these gentlemen how you can get CASH, please let me change the spellings of this particular word to KASH. Cash, nahi cash. This is also cash. In my terminology, this will be K for knowledge, A for accountability, S for skill, and H for being a hardcore individual. Put an agreement which you adult to adult will manage within. Tell him if you get more knowledge next year, if you show more accountability and your improvement in attitude is seen, and if you show more added skills and you become a hardcore individual of that particular department, that is the money CASH for you. Please take it. You're managing agreement within. So when you sign an agreement, tell him it is not CASH. Colonel Anand had given the wrong spellings of this particular word. It is KASH. If you do this, cash. If you don't do this, then it becomes cash. Cash hi hota. Varna nahi hota. So this is the modern thinking, and all crux. I have 2 minutes. More than 2 minutes? Okay. Whatever be the case, ladies and gentlemen, we all have to prove that space, place, environments cannot be predicted. Hence, you got to be an excellent leader. I have a small video for 2 minutes. I normally make it a habit of seeing it like my early morning prayer to find out if I did something wrong from what I have been taught. Or otherwise, again, see it at 2 o'clock during your lunch break and see if I have done something wrong from 9 to 2. If permit, I'll just play it so that this is musical. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that I had to share with you in the short span. There's no time to take on questions. We can certainly discuss it out during the lunch break, unless otherwise somebody is so highly motivated that he can't keep his question down below. Anyone with that stress, I can certainly take on one question. If no questions, once again I extend my heartfelt gratification to the SMB for inviting me to share my thought process on such a vast subject of motivation in 30 minutes. And thank you all, the good audience, for being such a patient, giving me a listening and interaction. Thank you.